Trump just announced that this war with Iran is going to last about 4 weeks, and that's a very specific amount of time, so I want to talk about what I think he's covering for. This weekend, the largest media merger in American history closed, so now one family is about to control CNN, HBO, CBS, Warner Brothers, Paramount Pictures, all running on Oracle's infrastructure, and that same family also happens to own Oracle's infrastructure. And it just so happens that Oracle, within the last 2 weeks, has won brand new contracts to host Medicare and Medicaid data for over 150 million Americans and to run Air Force operations using AI. That's right, who needs separation between church and state when you can have AI run across all of those contracts? Oh, and see if you can find anything wrong with how this is being paid for, because Larry Ellison is personally guaranteeing $44.6 million of this $6 billion merger by using his Oracle stocks as collateral. And that stock price depends on Oracle's federal contracts, you know, the ones that your tax dollars pay for. So the government pays Oracle, and then that revenue supports Oracle's stock, and then Ellison pledges that stock to finance his son's purchase of the largest media company in American history, and then Oracle becomes the infrastructure beneath that company, so Oracle becomes the infrastructure, the collateral, and the beneficiary on every side of the same transaction. So you mean to tell me that public money flows into Oracle and then the Ellison media empire pops out the other end? Oh, and then in the merger filings, Oracle is listed as a neutral third-party vendor? I'm sorry, is the neutrality in the room with us? Oh, but don't worry, you say, because another couple $1 billion of this merger is coming from Saudi Arabia and Qatar, the same governments we're currently at war alongside, in Iran. Right. So I spent this last weekend writing a brief that specifically calls on Congress to require a conflict of interest review before this merger closes, demand data firewall protections between Oracle's government contracts and the media infrastructure it's now holding, and to treat Oracle exactly as it is in this merger, not a third-party vendor, but as the financial backbone of the entire transaction. The Warner Brothers shareholder vote is on March 20th. Congress needs to see this policy brief before it happens, so please feel free to read the whole thing. It's on my Substack, available for free. The link's in my bio. Just share it, please. So just to be clear, I'm not saying that this entire war exists only because of all of this going on, okay? But what I am saying is that 4 weeks is a very convenient amount of time to let a lot of things close. So I'll be watching for every government filing, every federal contract, every regulatory document related to this merger. And if anything moves while everyone's watching Tehran, you'll hear it here first. So follow along if any of this matters to you.
I have spent time to the people who govern the state of Israel. I feel a deep emotional connection to the state of Israel and the Israeli people. You know, after Silicon Valley, there's an area, Herzliya has probably got more startups than any other place other than Silicon Valley in Northern California. So we've actually acquired a number of Israeli companies. We have 2 CEOs at Oracle. One's name is Safra Katz, and she was born in Israel. So again, we love the country of Israel, and we'll do everything we can to support the country of Israel.
Recently hear that many people criticizing Israel, especially after the Gaza operation. How do you feel as someone just saying you love Israel so much?
Well, again, it's a difficult situation, isn't it? To conduct military operations around civilians is very difficult, and of course, there were tragedies. And the civilians were hurt. That's a terrible thing. But one thing we know for certain, that the Israeli army did everything they could to minimize civilian casualties. And in that regard, they've done a much better job than a lot of other armies all over the world throughout history.